Chapter 1. New Girl in the Forest. Jessie was a new girl in town and had just moved with her family to the outskirts of the city, near a large forest. She always loved nature and dreamed of exploring the mysteries of this mysterious place. One day, while taking a walk through the forest, Jessie heard strange sounds from behind some bushes. She became curious about what it could be and approached closer until she saw White Wolf, a tall snow-white wolf with bright blue eyes. At first, she was scared, but then she realized that he posed no threat to her and started talking to him. With each passing day they grew closer to each other. Thus began Jessie's adventure with White Wolf, traveling through forests and fields, unraveling past secrets, protecting themselves from dangerous animals, playing new fun games. And this friendship has only just begun. Chapter 2. Meeting the White Wolf. Jessie couldn't believe her eyes when she saw the majestic creature before her. The white wolf stood tall and proud, his fur shimmering in the sunlight filtering through the trees. At first, Jessie was afraid to approach him, but as she watched him from a distance, she realized that he wasn't threatening at all. In fact, he seemed to be watching her too, almost as if he was curious about her presence. Slowly and cautiously, Jessie made her way towards the wolf until they were standing face to face. To her surprise, instead of growling or snarling like wolves usually do when they feel threatened, this one just looked at her with his piercing blue eyes. After a few moments of silence between them, Jessie found herself speaking to him as if he could understand every word she said. And to her amazement, it seemed like he did. They spent hours talking and getting to know each other that day, and for many days after that. From then on, their friendship grew stronger with each passing day as they went on adventures together and learned more about themselves and each other. Chapter 3. The adventures begin. Jessie and White Wolf had become the best of friends, inseparable in their explorations of the forest. They would spend hours running through fields, chasing each other through the trees, and discovering new parts of the woods. One day during their adventures, they stumbled upon an old abandoned cabin deep in the forest. Jessie was curious to explore it, but as they approached it she felt a strange sense of unease. The wolf sensed her fear and stayed by her side as they entered cautiously. Inside, they found many strange objects, dusty books with faded pages, rusty tools that looked like they hadn't been used for years, and a mysterious map with markings that neither of them could decipher. As Jessie picked up one of the old books to examine it more closely, she suddenly heard footsteps outside. She quickly closed the book and signaled for White Wolf to hide with her behind some crates in one corner of the room. They watched silently as two men came into view outside, both dressed in black clothing and carrying large bags over their shoulders. They seemed to be searching for something as they rummaged around near where Jessie and White Wolf were hiding. With every passing moment their fear grew stronger until finally one man shouted, "I think there's someone inside." Hearing this made them panic even more until at last Jessie realized that she must do something before things got worse. Chapter 4. Unraveling the Past. Jessie and White Wolf were frozen with fear as they watched the two men search for them in the abandoned cabin. They knew they had to act fast before it was too late. Jessie whispered to White Wolf, "We have to find a way out of here." The wolf nodded his head in agreement and followed her lead as she slowly made her way towards the back door. As they reached the door, Jessie suddenly remembered the old map she had seen earlier. She quickly retrieved it from her pocket and studied it closely, hoping that it would provide them with some clues on how to escape. To their amazement, they discovered that the map led to an underground tunnel system that ran beneath the forest floor. It was said that these tunnels were used by smugglers long ago during times of war. Without hesitation, Jessie and White Wolf decided to follow this trail underground in hopes of finding a way out of danger. As they traveled deeper into the darkness, their fears began to subside as excitement took over. What secrets could be hidden within these ancient tunnels? After hours of walking through twisting passages and dark caverns, Jessie finally spotted light up ahead. Daylight. They emerged from a small opening at ground level just outside town limits where no one would ever think to look for them. But there was still something troubling about those two men who searched for them in that cabin. What could they possibly want? And why did their presence seem so familiar? Jessie knew deep down inside that there were still many mysteries left unsolved, but with White Wolf by her side she felt brave enough to face whatever dangers lay ahead. Chapter 5. Dangers lurking ahead. Jessie and White Wolf had escaped the cabin, but they knew their troubles were far from over. The two men who had been searching for them still remained a mystery, and Jessie couldn't shake off the feeling that something dangerous was lurking ahead. As they made their way back to Jess's house, she noticed strange footprints in the dirt leading up to her front door. She felt a chill run down her spine as she realized someone had been watching her family. Jessie decided it was time to take action. With White Wolf by her side, she set out on a mission to uncover the truth behind these mysterious events. Their investigation led them deep into the forest where they discovered an old abandoned factory hidden amongst the trees. As they approached cautiously, Jessie could hear voices coming from inside. It sounded like those same two men. With White Wolf at her side, Jessie bravely entered the factory hoping to finally get some answers about what was going on. Inside they found evidence of illegal activity, stolen goods stacked high on shelves, weapons scattered around, and maps with secret locations marked all over them. It became clear that these two men were part of a criminal organization involved in smuggling illegal items through this part of town. They must have seen Jessie as a threat when she stumbled upon their operation at the cabin earlier. But now that she knew what was going on, there was no turning back for Jessie and White Wolf. They had to stop these criminals before anyone else got hurt. Chapter 6. The Final Showdown. Jessie and White Wolf knew they had to act fast to stop the criminal organization from carrying out their illegal activities in the forest. They spent days gathering evidence and mapping out a plan of attack. Finally, they were ready for the final showdown. Jessie contacted the local authorities, who agreed to help them take down the criminals once and for all. As night fell over the forest, Jessie and White Wolf made their way towards the abandoned factory where they knew the criminals would be waiting for them. When they arrived at their destination, they found that several police cars had already arrived with officers positioned around every corner of the building. The two men emerged from inside with bags full of stolen goods slung over their shoulders. As soon as they saw Jessie and White Wolf standing there together, one of them pulled out a gun. With lightning-fast reflexes, White Wolf sprang into action, attacking one man while Jessie tackled another. In just a matter of minutes, both criminals were apprehended by police without any shots being fired. As dawn broke over the forest clearing where it all happened, Jessie breathed a sigh of relief knowing that she had finally put an end to this dangerous operation with her best friend by her side. From then on she continued exploring new parts of nature's mysteries alongside White Wolf, but now without having to worry about those dangerous men lurking around every corner. Chapter 7. Moving forward after the final showdown with the criminal organization, Jessie and White Wolf continued to explore new parts of the forest together. They felt a sense of freedom knowing that they didn't have to worry about any danger lurking around every corner. As time passed, Jessie began to realize how much she had grown since meeting White Wolf. She was no longer afraid of exploring new places or trying new things. Instead, she embraced them with open arms. One day while on an adventure through a nearby meadow, Jessie came across a group of kids playing soccer. She watched from afar as they laughed and cheered each other on, feeling envious of their carefree energy. Feeling bold and inspired by everything she had experienced alongside her friend White Wolf thus far, Jessie decided to approach them and ask if she could join in their game. To her delight, they welcomed her with open arms. As she ran around the field scoring goals left and right alongside these newfound friends, Jessie realized that there was so much more to life than just exploring nature's mysteries alone. Sometimes it's important to share those experiences with others too. From then on, Jessie continued adventuring through nature's wonders whilst making new friends along the way, all thanks to her best friend White Wolf, who taught her courage is key when facing challenges head-on. Chapter 8. A New Adventure. Jessie and White Wolf had explored many parts of the forest over the years, but they both knew there was still so much left to discover. One day while out on a hike, Jessie stumbled upon a map that showed an uncharted area deep in the heart of the forest. She felt her heart race with excitement as she realized this could be their next big adventure. Without hesitation, she set off into the unknown with White Wolf by her side. They trekked through dense undergrowth and scaled steep cliffs until finally arriving at their destination, a hidden waterfall cascading down from high above. As they stood there taking in all its beauty together, Jessie felt grateful for having such an amazing friend like White Wolf, who never hesitated to join her on any adventure, no matter how dangerous or challenging it may seem. They spent hours exploring every inch of this magical place, swimming in crystal clear pools beneath the falls, climbing up behind them only to jump back down again, playing games along riverbanks where otters played hide-and-seek amongst rocks. It was pure joy. As night fell over this enchanted spot deep within nature's embrace, Jessie and White Wolf laid down beside each other, staring up at a sky full of stars, feeling content knowing that they would always have each other's backs no matter what new adventures awaited them. Chapter 9. Saying Goodbye. As Jessie and White Wolf continued to explore the hidden treasures of the forest, they knew deep down that their adventures together would not last forever. One day, as they were out on a hike, Jessie noticed that White Wolf was moving slower than usual. She grew concerned for her friend and realized he was getting older. It was time to say goodbye. Jessie spent every moment with him in his final days, climbing mountains together, swimming in rivers under the sun's warm glow, cherishing each and every moment they had left. Finally, one evening as the sun set over their favorite meadow where butterflies danced about them like confetti falling from heaven above, White Wolf passed away peacefully by her side. Jessie felt sadness wash over her, but also gratitude for all the times she shared with such an amazing friend who showed courage beyond measure whilst always being there no matter what challenges lay ahead. From then on, she learned how important it is to cherish those we love most while they are still here with us, never taking any moments for granted because life can be fleeting at times, just like nature's wonders themselves. And even though White Wolf may have left this world, his spirit will live on within Jessie forevermore. Chapter 10. A New Beginning. After White Wolf's passing, Jessie felt lost and alone without her friend by her side. She spent many days mourning his loss, but eventually realized that he would always be with her in spirit. With a heavy heart, she continued to explore the forest on her own, discovering new wonders and experiencing nature's beauty in a different way. One day while out on an adventure, she stumbled upon a litter of abandoned wolf pups. They were small and helpless, left to fend for themselves in the wild. Jessie knew then what she had to do: take them under her wing like White Wolf did for her all those years ago when they first met. She took them back home with her, where she raised them as if they were part of their family, teaching them everything about life, from how to hunt prey together through thickets or across fields full of flowers blooming brightly beneath sun's rays, just like White Wolf taught Jessie so long ago. As time passed by, these young wolves grew strong under Jessie's guidance, becoming loyal companions who followed wherever she went. Together they explored every inch of the forest just like before, only this time with even more joy than ever before, knowing that White Wolf was still watching over them in spirit. And so began another chapter in Jessie's life journey, filled with love, courage and never-ending adventures alongside nature's most beautiful creatures, whom shall forever hold special place within hearts.